All right, my friends, let's make a vegetable soup that your kids will actually ask for. No joke, in the thermos. One of the best tips that I've ever learned over the years, especially from our Italian, I call her the Italian Julia child. Maybe that's not right. Marcella Hazan, start your soup with multiple fats, right? I've got a combination of unsalted butter here and really good quality olive oil. We're making vegetable soup, so we're gonna not add the bacon, but that would be a lovely start as well. And then the key is just to add all of your ingredients one at a time, giving each ingredient the respect it deserves. I can't think of many things where I don't start with onions, right? Onions have the most water. We want to cook that out. I'm cooking on a medium-high heat to start, just to kind of get things going. And what we want to accomplish here is the sweat, right? We don't want to get browning on our vegetables. And in order to get a nice sweat, we want to season as we go. The salt is going to bring out the water and soften each individual vegetable. So now, just relax, hunker down at the stove. You're just gonna sweat and stir. This is what I've got going on here, right? This is almost like a clean out the fridge vegetable soup here. So we always start with our mirepoix. I'm gonna go carrot next. And it's the same dance moves. Nice little pinch of salt, drawing the water out of that vegetable. Stir with abandon. There's so many times where we say not to stir, right? If you want really, really nice browning on something, for instance, you're not gonna stir, you're gonna leave it alone. But in this case, we want to encourage the water, the juices, some of the sugars, but not a lot of the sugar to come out of these vegetables. So each vegetable, giving it a little bit of time before the next. Carrot obviously is going to add a little bit of sweetness. And now we're gonna balance it out with the savoriness of celery. Maybe you've even seen, so-called natural lunch meats with celery. If they've got celery salt in it, it's like a natural nitrite, almost like a natural MSG, bringing out the flavor of everything. I love celery. You know me, I love to just snack on celery, get excited about it. And in soup, it's no exception. I'll go extra celery over anything else. It really brings out that savoriness. All right, forgot my little pinch of salt there. Other vegetables I have, well, we'll add in the pepper, but we've got some herbs, I've got some green beans, some zucchini, some cabbage. Don't need as much of a sweat on those vegetables. I will get in my pepper here. Probably don't always add a pepper, but I've got lots, so let's use it. I'm not kidding you. The 10-year-old in our life will take this in a thermos. It just tastes good, right? Giving each ingredient the respect it deserves. You'll also notice that, the sweating process, you can still see, let's just do zoom in. You can still see that olive oil and that butter, right? We started off with about 2 good tablespoons of each. And that's important in order to soften our vegetables, but not to get them brown. If we start to see browning, that's when we will get into too sweet of a soup. We don't want that. All right, now it's time for some tomato. I happen to have some harissa paste. It adds just a little bit of spice, and at this time I'm going to add my more dry, kind of heartier herbs. We've got about a tablespoon or so of chopped fresh thyme. Lots of aromatic going on there. Harissa is a traditional Middle Eastern spice. Just adds like a hint, just a hint. And now we're gonna add some good quality tomatoes. Whenever you add tomato to a dish, give it the respect it deserves in the pot. Let those tomatoes concentrate At this point, I'll say, sure, let's leave things alone a little bit. Let the tomatoes get a little bit deep and kind of rusty in color. Concentrate that umami bomb. You can hear the olive oil and the butter doing its job. Really almost frying that tomato. Tomato paste, never a bad idea to add into a soup as well for an extra hit of umami. We're gonna give this another 30 seconds and then we'll finish the soup with some stock. I'm gonna add a little bit of bean in here for some substance, the rest of those vegetables, and some chopped fresh, softer herbs. I love this brand of bean. And don't discount the aquafaba, the bean juice that's in there. It's super, super flavorful. I'm not making a bean soup here though. I'm just gonna add in about a half a can with some of that aquafaba. Beautiful. And now it's time to stir in the rest of the vegetables, the zucchini and green bean. If it's on sale, especially organic green cabbage is super, super soft and mild. I think it's a sleeper hit in this particular soup. You don't notice it, but in terms of flavor, like I said at the beginning, this soup, you're just tasting a delicious soup. You're not tasting cabbage. You're not tasting carrots. All of the vegetables come together as one. I'm going to add in, I've got some chopped parsley and some chopped dill. And I'm going to add in some stock. It's chicken stock. I'm well aware of that. This is a vegetable soup. Doesn't mean it has to be vegetarian though. If you want to keep it vegetarian, use vegetable stock. I love knowing that I'm adding some protein, some richness with a homemade chicken stock. I didn't add any salt when I added my last few vegetables, so a good couple pinches here. Sure, if you're a pepper fan, add it in. We're gonna bring this up to the boil. It's looking pretty already, but let me tell you, a day in the fridge and it's even better. This will be the best vegetable soup you'll ever have. Check out the link in our bio for the full recipe and stay tuned for more.